Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Campus Legends Basketball as I'm playing as University of Green Bay. We are 8-2 right now. We couldn't get a recruit. We had two walk-ons that came into the school. It's been decent. We kind of had to lower the. I didn't have to, but I decided to, for the non-conference, kind of play teams that are roughly our overall, because we went from 70 to 67, so kind of, you know, leveling out the playing field, so to speak. But I probably could have just kept it the way it is, and that way they can get better overall. But here we are going into conference play, and to start before we get into conference play, we got Miles, Woods, and Winters in these categories of points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. And we are on the top of the conference standings for right now until, you know, if we win or lose. So here is conference play now. We'll be playing Illinois Metropolitan. They are 3-7. And we won by 9 points. So we got Brent Tower, Woods, and Miles within 17 points, 8 total rebounds, 4 assists. So we had a better free throw percentage. We were 100%. Better at 3-point and field goal percentage as well. We out rebounded them by 7. 2 less steals, equal on the blocks. We had 4 more turnovers, and then we fouled 8 more times. Still got the job done, though. And we had Dylan Rose get 4 points. Same with Sanchez. Ziller got 2. And then our starting 5 got double digits. Brent Howard got 17, 16 for Wilson, 10 for Winters and Miles, and then 15 for Woods. And that is the first win of conference play, and we're still at the top ranked spot for right now. And then on to Fort Wayne. So we'll see. And we won again, 83-55. 24 points for Miles, 9 total rebounds, and 3 assists for Woods on the rebounds and Winters on the assists. And we had 2 points for Woods. Winters had 6, 24 for Miles, 13 for Wilson, 6 for Howard, 7 for Zeller. Sanchez had 8, 11 for Zamora. Howard had 4, and Rose had 2. And then we, on all the ratings, outrated them in 3-point field goal and free throw percentages. Out-rebound them by 12. 2 less steals. Blocked them 4 more times. Personal fouls we had less, and we had 2 less turnovers. And then go back. We're still on the top. We're 10-2. So if we win against Brookings State, we kind of meet our expectation for the season. And we lost by 11. Our first loss in conference play, which is okay. It's going to happen. We free throw and field goal percentages. We beat them, or they beat us in 3-point and field goal percentage. We just, beat them by a free throw. And then we out rebound them. They had 5 more steals. They had 3 more blocks, 1 more personal foul, and then they had 2 less turnovers. We had Howard with the assists, Woods with rebounds, and 15 points for Miles. That is Working State. So 14 for Woods, 11 for Winters, 15 for Miles, 9 for Wilson. Howard had 12, and then 4 for Zeller and Sanchez, 5 for Howard, and then some more, and Rose had nothing. So our first loss of conference play, which is okay. So we are 2-1 now in conference play. And we're going to be playing Minnesota Catholic. And we won by 14. We, ratings wise, for free throw and field goal were above, just a little less on the free throw percentage. Total rebounds, we out rebound them by 7. 1 less block, 2 more steals, 3 less turnovers to them, and then 3 less personal fouls. So Woods had 16 points and 9 rebounds, and then 4 assists by Howard. So Rose had 4, 2 for Howard. Zamora had 4. Sanchez had nothing. 8 for Zeller. Brent Howard had 7. And then 12 for Miles and Wilson. 13 for Winters. And Woods for 16. We're facing Colonial. There's 0-4. We're 3-1. We have a sprained ankle. They beat us by 18. They had 20 points and 7 rebounds for Woods. Howard had 5 assists. Rose got injured. Him and Howard didn't get to score. Woods had 20. Winters had 8. 11 for Miles. Wilson was 16. 12 for Howard. And then 4, 5, and 2 for Zeller, Sanchez, and Zamora. Besides free throw, they had a better percentage rating, equal on rebounds. We had 2 less steals, 3 more blocks. We had 5 more turnovers, and they had 4 less personal fouls. Now we go to Cleveland State. Cleveland. And we lost by 18. This one we lost by 16. This one is 18. Equal on the free throws. They had better 3-point and field goal percentage. And then we out rebound them by 3. They had 6 more steals. We had 6 more blocks. We had 9 more turnovers that we really shouldn't be doing. And personal fouls were even. So Woods had 18. Winters had 10, 13 for Miles, 4 for Wilson. Brett Howard had 10. And then we had 2 for Zeller, 2 for Sanchez, 0 for Zamora, and 6 and 2. 6 for Howard and 2 for Ford. And then 18, 8 rebounds for Wilson. Woods had the points, and then Howard had the assists. And Fargo State. We won by 18. Still near the top of the conference. Brent Howard had 22, 10 rebounds for Woods, 4 assists for Sanchez. We had better percentage ratings on all 3 of field goal, 3-point, and free throw. Out-rebounded them by 7, outblocked them by 3, 6 more steals, 1 more turnover, and then personal fouls are even. 8 for Woods, 7 for Winters, 13 for Miles, Wilson with 10, 22 from Brent Howard, 11 from Zeller, 1 from Sanchez, 7 from Zamora. Howard had 3 and 9 from Rose. And we go to Fairborn. We are 12-5 on the year so far, which we beat our season expectation now. And we lost by 18. At 15 from Winters, 8 rebounds, total rebounds, and 2 assists from Miles. They beat us with all the percentage ratings. They out-rebounded us by 4. They had 1 more steal, equal on the blocks, equal on the turnovers, and we had 4 more personal fouls. Woods had 11. Winters had 15, 14 for Miles, 6 for Wilson, 10 for Howard. And then we had Zeller, Howard, and Rose weren't able to score. 2 for Zamora and 1 for Sanchez. And we go to Indiana Lutheran. And we lost by 19. Field goal percentage, we were better than them, but they beat us in a 3-point and free throw. We out-rebounded them by 11. They had 2 more blocks. They had 9 more steals. We had 20 turnovers that we really should fix, and we had 2 more personal fouls. So Miles had 15. Woods had 9 total rebounds, 4 assists from Winters. And 8 and 8 on Woods and Winters, 15 for Miles. Wilson couldn't score, as well as Howard and Rose, and then 13 from the other Howard, and 4 and 4 from Zeller and Sanchez, and 2 from Zamora. And we are towards the middle of the pack. 4 and 5 in conference. We're 12 and 7. So we did beat the 11 season expectation, but we would like to be better than what they expect us to be. We're 13 and 7, 5 and 5 on the year so far in conference. We won by 3. They beat us in 3-point percentage, field goal. We beat them in free throw. We out-rebounded them by 6. Out-blocked them by 2. Did 4 more steals. 1 less turnover, which is nice, and 1 less personal foul. Then Zeller had 15, total rebounds of 12 for Woods, and Winters with 2 assists. That's Detroit. So we had 9 for Woods, Miles, and Wilson, 8 for Winters and Howard, 15 for Zeller. Sanchez had 5. Dylan Rose and Zamora did not get to score, and 5 for the other Howard. And we'll kind of look at their training right now. Reports. So Winters went back down. We will kind of go back to general and see if anything will go back. Otherwise, yeah, we'll kind of do overall training as general. So then we'll go to North Kentucky. They're 8-12 or 13-7. Hopefully we can win. We lost by 14. They beat us in all the percentage ratings. They out-rebounded us by 2 equal blocks. We had 2 more steals. We had 1 more turnover and 3 less personal fouls. Woods 13 points with 8 total rebounds, 5 assists from Brent Howard. And we had 13 for Miles and Woods, 12 for Winters, 7 for Wilson and Sanchez. We had 6 from Zeller and Howard, and 2 from Zamora. The other Howard and Rose couldn't find the basket. So we'll now go to Oakland. So auto. We won by 7. Percentage rating, they got us on free throw, but we did beat them in field goal and 3-point. They out-rebounded us by 1. We had 3 more steals, 5 more blocks, 4 less turnovers, and 7 less personal fouls. Woods had 8, so did Winters. 16 from Miles, 10 from Wilson, 15 from Howard, and then 5 from Zeller, and Rose had 2. Sanchez, Zamora, and the other Howard didn't score the basket. So there's that. Then we go to Western Illinois, and I think it's starting the second round of going to schools. And he is recovered. We won by 4. They beat us in the 3-point and free throw. We got them in the field goal. Out-rebounded them by 8. They stole us 6 more times. We blocked them 2 more times, equal in the turnovers, 1 more personal foul. And that is Western Illinois, but we have 12 for Woods. Winters and Miles had 14, 10 for Wilson. Howard had 6, 4 for Zeller, 2 for Sanchez and the other Howard, and then Ford and Rose could not score a basket. And we are going to Milwaukee, both 7-6. middle of the road. And we won by 13. No, not 13. So we're doing decent for ourselves. We're in the top 6, kind of halfway through the conference. They got us in 3-point and free throw percentages. We just outdid it for field goal. We out rebounded them by 7. Equal in steals, 3 more blocks, 5 less turnovers, and 8 less personal fouls. 8 for Woods, 9 for Winters, 13 for Miles. Wilson had 20, 12 for Howard, 4 for Zeller. Sanchez and the other Howard could not get a basket. 11 for Zamora and 2 for Rose. And we go to Illinois Metropolitan. So some of these, maybe the second time we face them, and rim protector, torn ligament for 10 games. I have it auto, and we won by 11. 3-point free throws, we got them. They beat us in the field goal percentage. Total rebounds, we out-rebounded them by 7. Stole them by 3. 1 more block. 2 less turnovers, and equal on the personal fouls. And Woods had 8, Miles had 17, 5 for Wilson, Brent Howard had 30, 11 for Winters, Zeller 9, 4 for Sanchez, 0 for Zamora and the other Howard, couldn't score a basket, and 2 for Rose. And so we'll have ours, basically star center, out for 10 games. Kind of look at the training now to see if anything has happened. Stuart Winters went up to 74. Nothing else really has happened as in progression wise. Like some has decreased and everything, but some of them has gone up. And we'll kind of see. We got only one person now in the top 25. 3 top 50. Or 26 to 50. But we're going to see what is going on right now. So we will do... for this two, we'll do there we go. Kind of do that for right now and add these guys to get more playing time too as well, and kind of share it so that way everyone's good and fresh and all that jazz. So we're going to play Fort Wayne again. Summit, we're at 17 wins right now. But this moderate concussion. So, and we lost by 17. They got us in all the percentage ratings. We out-rebounded them by 7. equal in blocks. They stole us 7 more times. We had 9 more turnovers, and then they fouled us 8 more times than what we did. And 12 for Winters, 8 for Wilson. Howard had 10, 4 for Miles. Zeller had 10. The other Howard had 5, 7 for Zamora. Sanchez was 4. Ford couldn't score, and then 1 for Rose. And now we're down 2 people. So, and he was a forward. So, what we'll do, keep you at 31. Do that. We'll do that. But we'll also kind of do 25 for that. Got, there we go. Kind of keeping it balanced in a way. So hopefully that works. And we got Brookings State. We're both 17 and 9 right now, but conference wise we're towards the bottom at 9 and 7. They're 12 and 4. But we are out some valuable players, so we'll see how the rest of the year goes. And we won by 21. The first time, I think we got crushed. They out percentage rating on 3-point. We got them in field goal and free throw. They out rebounded us by 3. 1 more block, 2 more steals, 5 less turnovers, and 4 less personal fouls. So we got Winters at 8, 10 for Miles, 5 for Wilson, Howard with 15, 10 for Zeller, 8 for Zamora, 18 was Sanchez. Howard had 5, 4 for Ford, and O'Brien was 6. And Sanchez, Miles, and Howard on the game leaders. And Minnesota Catholic. And we lost by 12. They had a 3-point field goal. We got them in a free throw. They out-rebounded us by 3. Equal on blocks and steals. We had 6 more turnovers and 6 more personal fouls. So, Stuart Winters had 6, 16 for Miles, 8 for Wilson, 2 for Howard, 20 for Zeller. Zamora had 2. Sanchez had 2. Howard with 4. Ford couldn't score a basket, and 2 with O'Brien. And then Zeller, Wilson, and Howard were the game leaders. We're going to Colonial. We won big time. Percentage ratings, we outscored them. Total rebounds by 20. Stole them 5 more times. Blocked them 2 more times. 1 more personal foul and 1 less turnover. And box score, Winters had 4. Miles had 12. Wilson had 10. 3 for Howard, 20 for Zeller, 5 for Sanchez. Zamora and Howard had 8, 3 for Ford, 6 for O'Brien. And Zeller, Winters, and Sanchez for the game leaders. Looking at reports, seeing if people are growing overall wise, and it's only Stuart Winters that has gone up, which is a-okay. So we're gonna go to Fairborn. We're 19-10 and they're 10-19. Faced them before and we lost. And we won 71-57. They got us in the 3 points, but we got them free throw and field goal. Out-rebounded them by 3. Stole against them 1 more time. They outblocked us by 1. Personal fouls, we had 2 less. And we had 2 less turnovers. And Winters had 6, 14 for Miles, 7 for Wilson. Brent Howard had 18, 17 for Zeller. Zamora with 2. Sanchez and Howard couldn't score. And then 4 for Ford and O'Brien with 3. And we are now in conference play, and we face Fairborn again. So hopefully we can win again. So we're in round 1 of the conference play. We're the 4th seed. And we have lost the first round in the conference tournament after playing Fairborn the last game of the season. And Tosh Howard with a hip flexure strain is out for 6 games. Auto that, and we'll kind of look. Dylan Rose recovered. If I'm mistaken, we're able to see the conference tournament, unless if we have to wait until the end. Oh, so he was at 75. There we go. So us lost to Fairborn. We're to face Northern Kentucky, and who knows with the people getting injured towards the end of the end of the season, if it would have changed. We got next drain, which we're not even playing right now, and Brookings State 70-58 at the championship. Guys recovered. And we would not be Brookings State lost in the first round. Was there any more? North Kentucky. Indiana Lutheran. Standings. That's where they lost to the first round of. They were 23-9. So Brookings State won the conference. Northern Kentucky got in. I'm surprised we didn't get in. Wisconsin lost to North Carolina. Yeah, because Indiana Lutheran's in our conference, but they're like the number one overall, so they got like a big bid. And then unless it was like head to head, that Brookings State obviously because they were the conference champ, and then North Kentucky, but I think we beat them, but either way they lost in the first round too as well. So seems like very big schools are left. So Coastal Florida and Philadelphia are left. Those are kind of, I guess, like upset schools. Well, Philadelphia being a 4 seed, but so Philadelphia, Florida, Joseph Smith is an upset there with the 6th seed. Stillwater States, Virginia, Kentucky, Utah. So Connecticut lost to New Orleans. That was a big upset there. So that is 16 seed that won against a 1 seed. And he recovered. We're just gonna just gonna sim. That's the final 4. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Virginia, Florida, Villanova, Kansas. And we will sim it. Finalizing the national championship. A sprained ankle. Probably because they're still training, kind of like the off season. And Villanova is the national champions. So we got Villanova, head coach of the year, and the national champions. Ben Brown, the player of the year, sophomore at Pittsburgh. Freshman of the year, Stillwater State, Herman Rivera. Joseph Smith got Pat Lopez for 6-man. Defensive, Romeo Carr. And we will have nobody. Freshman team, Rivera, Eric Powell, that got from Wisconsin, Ruiz, Park, and Ferguson. And Eric Powell got 2nd team overall, averaging 14.6 points per game. And this is coming up next offseason. We got to get some people. We had Tyler Woods, Defensive Player of the Year of the Horizon League. Indiana Lutheran, Randolph Johnson, Head Coach. Player of the Year for Horizon League, White Penna. Fort Wayne, Yannick McDonald. For six-man and freshman, Roland Watson. And we had nobody in freshman team, second team, or first. It just ended up being tough with our team. Expected 15 and 15. I thought it was like 11, stuff like that, but overall 20 and 11, so we got +3, and then age under. Lost in the first round of the conference, did not appear in the national. We would have had like 2 more points. So recruiting wise, put 2 there, and we'll put 3. So 85, 80, 79 defense and offense for right now. Yeah, we'll put 3 points, 85 for recruiting. Training, we'll actually keep that. We'll put 86 for recruiting. And we're just team updates dynamically based on team performance. So we're close to that 4 prestige. We're at a 3 prestige right now. Expected. Okay. So there's that. So, 2011, 12 and 8. We got Brookings State, so it's in the conference. We have decent teams that could take us to or that would like for us to take over their program. So Raleigh, ACC, because they went 8 and 22. Georgetown, 18 and 14 with the Northeast. Continental with Wichita, 20 and 14. But I'm gonna stay in Green Bay, even Indiana, so the Big Ten. Brookings State, Horizon, Fort Wayne, Detroit, and then some of Arkansas Central that we faced in the non-conference. Is wanting us, but we'll accept the offer. And once you click on it, you can't back down, so advance to the next part, and that will be roughly it for the video, but we will get the staff. So the following staff members have recently left or been promoted within your program. Replacements have been automatically hired. You will be able to manually adjust your staff after closing this message. So Grant, AT, poached. He is now in Arkansas, and graduate assistant. That's Utah. There you go. We're poached. So, like trainer. So, graduate assistants. We will need a graduate assistant. Overview, we'd want something defense and training, so to speak. Yeah, we could do that. We could do Russell Tucker. And then this is good. So we have that because we have 64. Let's rough the mix. Training 67. Our assistants 78 in offense, 81 in offense, 81 in defense, 78. So yeah, we kind of touch all the paths on my assistant coaches. I could look and see. 81, but then mid on that. Or we could do 80 or this guy, but I think we will be good. So, because we have 81 offense and then 75, 72, and stuff like that. So, I believe my staff is good now. Yeah. So yeah, that's all the movement. Go. All right. Dennis graduating 2 forwards. Look at draft results. Oh, he went right away to the NBA. Okay. It was one and done. Spokane, senior guard. To Milwaukee. A lot of good guys in the 90s, and then as soon as we got to 23, so a lot of people that were in the 90s. Alright. So he's leaving, and he's leaving. Graduating. Okay. Cut players. Cut you. Woods we're keeping. Tomorrow we'll keep forward. Sanchez will keep Howard and Howard. I mean, we essentially could cut everybody, but we'll keep these 5 people. And overall, no matter what, because essentially, no matter who I would get from the transfer portal, will be an upgrade, because right now our top guy is 74, Tyler Woods. And that is what we can do. I mean, I could have cut like everybody else, but we can make 10 offers, 25 targets, 800 budget. So we need 3 guards, 3 forwards, and 1 center. Alright, so that will be in the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode for sure, and have a good one.